This video is brought to you by myplayerpage.com, the best place for athletes to showcase their information. Visit us today.
Randy McKee here with Soccer 605, and like we've done several times before, we're bringing you a story of a real interesting soccer personality here in South Dakota, Clay Glasgow. We're going to try to break this into different segments because Clay has a very interesting soccer story to tell. You know, Clay, it doesn't take a person very long once we visit with you to know that you did not grow up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So,
why is that?
Yeah, so let's start. Where'd you grow up? What'd you do? Playing soccer as a kid and that sort of thing.
Okay, Clay Glasgow, originally, as Randy said, from Trinidad and Tobago. It's an island located south of Venezuela. We are way down close to the equator.
Not a lot of snow there.
No snow. The only thing you find close to resembling snow is the frost in your deep freeze or your refrigerator. But growing up, come from a family of three brothers, one sister. I'm the youngest. My mom and my dad, they really close-knit family. My aunts, my grandparents, everybody kind of live right in a block area. Growing up, first beginning, in our country, Trinidad is predominant, soccer is predominantly the number one sport, and we call it football. From time you can kick a ball, you're on the street, you're barefoot, wherever you get a space, you're playing football. And it's not really organized until you probably reach the age of about 8, 9. Then you started getting the club system. But growing up, we played a lot on the beach, running in the sand. I think that, looking back, that really is important. Really vital role, especially for mobility, strength. Hence, those Brazilians are so good.
Yeah.
They spend so much time on the beach playing barefoot. I did do a lot of that. Remember waking up in the morning and the guys in them pass by, hey, Clay, let's go. And, everybody's heading on the beach to play soccer. And then in the evening time, everybody, you don't have to call, everybody meet the garden in one spot.
How far did you live from the beach where you played?
10 minutes.
Wow.
Everybody kind of, it's an island, so you're surrounded by water. So I would say everybody lived within 15, 20 mile radius of a beach. Everybody. And you can either run down, walk down, drive down. Lots of choices. We still jog down on the beach. Again, it's looking back, it was about 10, 15 of us some days, or 4 of us. You don't need much, But I remember some days, because you're so young, your mom, your parents are worried about you going on the beach by yourself with no adult supervision. And
But to point that out, it's pretty safe there for kids, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. What I mean by that is that you're going on the beach with the big waves and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so sometimes your mom, you tell your mom that you're going on here, I'm going to play in the back, and somehow you end up on the beach. And then she hear about that, oh boy, it's not good. But again, until we reach about 8, 9 years of age, then we start being introduced to the more club style. Really, that's when you have different clubs. You have a choice, just like up here, that you can go and play for.
So they have they have somewhat of a professional club system there.
Yes, they do. We have national teams both on the women's side and on the men's side. From different age groups. And below that, let me start from the bottom. We have soccer in high school, college, and then we have PDL, like a PDL Premier League. Then we have a professional league, and then there's the national team. I played. I went to St. Benedict's College. By the way, we have the British system of schooling. I went to St. Benedict's College. It was a private, all male, all guys.
Did your brothers go there too?
No, my brothers went to two other public schools, and they were mixed, both male and female playing soccer. But it was 45 minutes from where I live, the school. So I would jump in a taxi and head up the road. And I was recruited actually to go and play for that, high school, college. It was me and about 2-3 other friends. It's really, really good academic, as well as they got a really, really high expectations of when you play soccer there, you're probably going to end up on a scholarship or a national team or something. They really have they're well known for that. The players graduating, and
probably a lot like what we see here at some of our academies, like Shattuck St. Mary's and some of these, very close to that.
Perfect example, just like that, Shattuck St. Mary's. You're right there. And then we were already competitive. I remember we lost in 2 finals one year. 2 finals, I remember that. And both teams call it intercall, and it's the atmosphere. I tell you what, it's so much more different. You come in the rhythm section, people dancing. It's like, it sends jubilant into your bones. You're playing soccer, all of a sudden you're hearing the rhythm section, people dancing.
Yeah. Well, and we in America have kind of downplayed that kind of enjoyment into our sports. But don't you think that part of that is because there is soccer or almost nothing else? And here in America, the athletes have 10 good options that they could go do. So we probably don't have the concentration of our best athletes playing any particular sport like they do there.
And then, we good to mention that, because predominantly, let's say 60-70% playing football, soccer. Then you have cricket. I don't know if you ever heard about cricket.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen cricket.
Did you ever play cricket?
Yeah, I did. It's just like a leisure sport for me. But it's really competitive down there too. We have leagues, professional leagues. We call it the West Indies, where all the islands combine and get one team. But track is huge too. We got boxing, volleyball. We got most of this. Yeah, we got rugby, not football. That's the closest thing to football, rugby. But I would say predominantly about 60% of the population, or even more, higher than that, devoted the time. And now we kind of see where the women's side of it is really taken off too. It's really, really taken off. And the reason for that is that in the past we had president from Trinidad who represents FIFA, Jack Warner. So he did a lot in the sense of getting the country recognized, in the sense that we hosted a lot of World Cup, Youth Soccer World Cup in Trinidad. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Oh, yeah.
1 year we had the U16 tournament girls. I think 2 years, matter of fact. We did that. But yeah, I think soccer, you're growing up, it's just part of you.
Yeah.
That's part of you.
When you were a young player, did you Did you gravitate, especially once you got into the organized systems, did you gravitate toward any particular position, or do they like to play total soccer there, or, what kind of soccer are we looking at in terms of development?
They go through the academies, okay, and again, I think what really help me especially, and other players, is the fact that street soccer. There's a lot of that. So it wasn't like, hey, you're gonna play right back, you're gonna play left back. I mean, even self that you were still in a competitive system, club soccer. But the days that you don't have club, you're gonna play a street soccer.
Yeah.
And again, you're gonna find some players really gravitating. Hey, you know what? I like to play in the back or something. I like to play, but it wasn't restricted.
Yeah.
It really free flowing. And then you recognize, I just want to tackle players and hit people. Well, you play in the back. I just want to score goals because I want to dance and make flips and stuff after I score goals. So you score goals. But coaches give you a lot of freedom, a lot of freedom. Even self, you're not comfortable playing. You can switch during the game. It wasn't, coaches say, hey, play in there and that's it. But now, as you get older, they kind of divert from that, and that's when you really dissect to, hey, backs.
You have to be organized.
Yep.
I mean, when you're playing against a sophisticated attack, you have to be organized on the other side of the ball. Well, let's take a little break right now. We're going to be back here in a couple minutes, and we're going to talk about Clay's older youth experience and when he started moving into the high levels of competitive soccer, into the national team level, and then probably in the next segment we'll get him over to the U.S. too. So come right back. We'll be right back.